Argentina as we bore nicely to the climax of the 1990-91 season. Well, there's the history of the two clubs. Boca Juniors and Racing Club between them are beaten in the second half of the championship. Racing Club, who lost in the opening day for those sides at the bottom. Well, Boca Juniors, who didn't have any players in the Argentinian side, and so led by their captain Navarro Montoya. Boca back in action after a weekend of inactivity. Navarro Montoya in goal, leading the side, and there are 3 changes to that Boca lineup from the last time we saw them in league. Of course, on international duty at Wembley, as was Garcia, who turned in that first goal from the corner with his head to bring Argentina back into the game. So 2 names more familiar perhaps now to us here in the UK than they were a couple of weeks ago. And there's how much Ruben Paz will be missed here today. In fact, Paz is the Racing second top scorer with 4 goals, leading goal scorer for them. Number 7 for Racing Club. Claudio Garcia leading the line for Boca as we get underway in the first half. Of course, the man they call the Little Moth, Batistuta, both on 7. 10 seconds on the watt, the Boca Junior side. Here he is on the ball now, skipping a challenge, and the challenges are really flying in, but still Pico won't be denied, and that's a through ball. Batistuta on goal. Is this the first? It is. Batistuta. 1-0 Boca. And Batistuta looks as if he wants to climb out of the stadium. An early goal for the home fans to celebrate. Batistuta surrounded by blue-shirted teammates, and Goycochea asking questions of the defence that was ripped apart there by the strong running of Pico, who hurdled 2 challenges, slid the ball through, no offside flag coming, and Boca Juniors take the lead. This is how they did it. 19 minutes of the first half. Batistuta just staying onside. Linesman right up with play. 1 touch with the left foot here. Draws Goycochea. The Racing Club defenders can't get back in time. Off balance, but does so well. Nothing more than a toe poke with the right foot. But there you have it, with Racing Club completely caught out, and all down really to the play of Pico, who picked up a throw-in on the far side and rode a couple of strong challenges, sucked men out of the middle, way back on his own penalty spot. Free kick floated over, away by Borelli. Retrieved by Latorre. Haven't seen too much of him in the opening stages. And easily cut out by Reynoso. Now, Carranzal is that at the other end. It is the number 11 who's switched flanks. And my goodness me, this boy's quick. Looking for Ortega Sanchéz, the number 10. Just misjudging the pace of the ball, but still in possession, Racing Club. And a header that's not a good one indeed, and surely the equaliser for, well, it's the leading goal scorer, Claudio Garcia. And much of the unpleasantness at Wembley in that 2-2 draw is in the centre of things. And the keeper's lost it, and it won't count. It's turned in by the big defender, and the goal is disallowed. We'll see if we can find out why. Obviously, going in with the feet high, dangerous play, although Navarro Montoya was, to be fair to the Racing Club players, going down for that ball. So, well, a fumble from the keeper, and there's Racing Club over the ball. Borelli and Ortega Sanchéz against the crossbar, still in play. Racing Club, plenty of men forward, and they have to settle for a corner. And Ortega Sanchéz do with this one. Well, the Boca wall was pierced last time. Ortega Sanchéz, and it's pierced again, and indeed it was on the left. That's why Navarro Montoya wanted that ball moved across. The equaliser for Racing Club. 32 minutes gone in the first half, and it's 1-1. Plenty of fans here from Avellaneda supporting the away side. A short trip for them across the city. And they celebrate a deserved equaliser as well, because since Batistuta's opener, it's been all one-way traffic. And Navarro Montoya, who may have just got a hand on the ball there, seemed to be covering the right-hand side of the goal. That's where the previous free kick had gone. And cross, low one. That's sensible, because Boca have a height advantage there. And now Pico's given the ball away in a dangerous position. Racing have got a lot of men forward here in this attack. Many players out there on the pitch. We'll see the end of 90 minutes if we carry on like this. Now here's Pico again doing what he did for the first goal and could be the second. Just as we were saying, nothing have we seen so far of the Argentinian footballer of the year, and there he is popping up in the inside right position to make it Boca 2, Racing 1. It's Latorre, the number 11, the 21-year-old, being chased by a host of clubs in Spain and Italy. And the provider once again is Pico, and once again it came because of his tenacity in hurdling a challenge and firing in the ball where Latorre had lost his markers. And rolls the ball across Graciani into the bottom corner. There it is. The goal scorer salutes the fans. Batistuta in the middle, they're looking for the number 9, and it's gone all the way. It's gone all the way, 3 minutes from half-time. It's 2 in 3 minutes, and Boca ahead by 3 goals to 1. It looks as if Batistuta will claim it. The fans don't care, Batistuta won't mind. It'll be his 9th goal of the season, 2 for him in the first half. He said he was going to score today. The build-up to this match all week has been quite tremendous. There really is no love lost between these two clubs. They've got 2 of the most volatile sets of fans in South America. And all the hype all week was between the 2 marksmen, Batistuta and Garcia. That's how they were labelling it, the duel of the champions. The shootout between the 2 leading scorers. And Batistuta already has fired a double. Boca 3, Racing Club 1. And we haven't reached half-time on both Batistuta and the number 11. Such a good foil for the central striker Latorre to keep those 2 players at the club in the coming season. There it is. It's been a tremendous first half of action, both on and off the ball. I have to say, some of the tackling has been of the crudest kind. But we've had 4 excellent goals to savour, and what a match. And Boca at the moment on top as we rejoin play at the start of the second half. And you saw that Boca had made a substitution during the break, and that was Stafusa coming on. Certainly a Stafusa, the number 30. Away we go then. Boca in the all blue, if you've just joined us, with the yellow hoop, with the first chance of the second half. And that was the first piece of real flowing football. Latorre in support, wants the ball, gets it from Graciani, looking for Pico. Attractive side indeed. Certainly Basile has put far more accent on attack than we've seen from Argentinian sides of the past. Back to the league action here, however, and it's Boca on the break, 2 against 1. And coming up in support, it's number 4, and it's Latorre. I think no, it's not. It's Batistuta with a hat-trick. And Boca have stretched their lead to 4-1, and surely with that killed Racing Club stone dead. Batistuta is absolutely loving this, because all week down here, the newspapers, the soccer magazines, all the radio and press have been full of the battle between the 2 leading scorers. Who would come out on top today, Batistuta or Claudio Garcia? And it's the Boca man who delights here in a hat-trick as he goes on to bury number 4 with this left foot shot past the national goalkeeper Goicoechea. And what a shock this must be for him as well, because 4 times now he's had to lift that ball out of the... Early enough in the second half to start celebrating a famous victory. Salutations begin around the packed terracing here in the Bombonera, perhaps a consolation for Racing Club. And indeed an early goal after that third from Batistuta could still give them some chance. But Boca scramble it away. And no flag. They're through once again. Batistuta this time lining it up for Graciani. It's number 5. It's Latorre, and it's turning into a rout. And by my reckoning, that's the third goal created here today by the number 8 Pico. Three for Batistuta and 2 now for the number 11 Latorre. And that one coming from an identical position and almost a similar break as well. Well, it's hard to imagine as we see these scenes that Racing Club came here with the best defence in the league, because today it's been utterly decimated and reduced to tatters. All the time in the world here for Latorre. Coaxed the ball from left to right foot and curled it around the 21-year-old that has the club presidents of half of Spain and Italy, who's coming out top dog in Buenos Aires tonight. There may well be some fairly lively celebrations and some extremely interesting discussions around the bars of this big city. In the second, it's another one for Boca in the second half. I was about to say they've completely annihilated their arch rivals here. And it's becoming, well, almost the realms of fairyland now for those Boca fans. They can't believe it. Are they dreaming? They'll have to wake up in the morning to read the headlines. Boca Juniors now lead Racing Club by 6 goals to 1. Graciani, who's put in so much work today after the fumble from Goycochea. It wasn't good goalkeeping. And a simple chance from 3 or 4 yards for the number 7. Has been booked in the first half, but he's also been one of the more... They seem to have put the ball past Goycochea. And it won't surprise you to know that those were the Racing Club section we were looking at. And it looks to me as if the referee has decided enough is enough. There it is, the whistle by my watch going a fraction early. But Boca Juniors today running out winners, 6 goals to 1. It's their biggest win in many, many years. Racing.